everyone, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you're having an amazing Sunday today and that you've enjoyed your weekend so far. And if it's Monday morning to you or for you, I hope that Monday will treat you well. Anyway, today we are decorating an apartment that I have only done once, I think. I can't recall another time decorating this apartment other than this one time back in like 2018 or possibly at the start of 2019 or something, so it's a long time ago by now. I'm pretty sure I'm going off with the same floor plan as I did back then because I kind of like it. However, we've gotten a lot of packs since then, so we are using a whole different kind of, like, we're going for a different vibe in this apartment than I did the last time. I think it was a lot colder and darker, whereas today I did want the furniture to be dark, but I also wanted to add some color. And then for the rest, I wanted kind of like accent walls. You can see right here with the gray, because I like the gray with this pinkish color on the couch. And then of course, to avoid making the whole apartment very dark with both the gray walls and also the darker furniture, I decided to go for lighter wood floors. So it does look different than when I did it back in 1819. I don't even remember anymore, but it should also look different because it's a long time ago. And like I said, we've gotten a lot of different packs, a lot of new items since then, so there's a lot more to choose from. In case you don't know this apartment, it's the 3-story, I mean, if you have some Myshuno, you probably know it, but it's the 3-story one in Uptown, so it's the 888 Spire Apartments, and I feel like this is one of the ones that people in general don't really do. It's the 3-story one, so it takes a long time. The floor plan is it's a little weird. There's a couple of elements to this apartment that just makes it a little bit weird to make a floor plan basically, and there was, I think by default, there's a pool in the basement or like on the lowest floor, which in itself is quite strange because like there are still windows on that floor, so I don't know how that would work like in real life. How would that work when there's still Anyway, it's fine. I did put like a small pool on the bottom floor of this apartment because it was either going to be like a full-on gym or a pool room. So I did a little bit of both, a small pool, and there's a couple of treadmills in there as well. But it still looks weird from the outside. Just ignore that. It's fine. Like the Sims team did it themselves when they made the standard apartment here, if you will, like when they decorated it, they did it themselves, even though there are windows on the bottom like on the floor below the bottom floor. I don't know how to explain it, but you can see it from the outside. It just looks odd anyway. And of course, another element that makes it a little bit annoying is the elevator, because it takes up a lot of space, and then there's a hallway as well. So it's just, I don't know, I feel like that's one of the reasons that people in general don't really decorate this apartment very often. That is just floor plan wise a little weird, but also 3 stories, that's quite a lot. It's super annoying to take pictures in as well. Like, I have to get that out there. I have to just tell you guys, because I've been so frustrated trying to take pictures of this apartment today. Like, the camera is going crazy and I'm not enjoying it, but I got through it. It's all good. We got the pictures, the thumbnail is done and everything, but oh my gosh, if you've ever built like a 3-story house or decorated this apartment, you'd know that once you zoom in, like once you go into first person view on the 3rd floor, the camera just moves so quickly. And that's what's going on with the 3rd floor in this apartment. So there might not be a lot of pictures from the floor with the bedrooms, and the pictures might not be very good, but I desperately tried without pissing myself off. I was like, you gotta stop now, otherwise it's just gonna like stress you out. Yeah, I don't like it when the camera doesn't cooperate, but anyway. So it's for 2 parents, 2 teens, 1 kid, and also 1 toddler. Of course, you could have young adults living in the teens rooms. In the teens rooms if you want. I didn't make them like overly teen-like, if you will, because I feel like I kind of wanted to go for like a little bit of a Gossip Girl kind of vibe to it without making it overly stylish as well, because I don't know. I don't like that kind of, hey, we got money. I don't like that kind of style. Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't like flaunting your wealth. Sure, you have money, that's fine, whatever. Congratulations that you have had success, or that you've inherited money from your parents that had success, or whatever. But I don't, the whole flaunting thing is just not for me personally, so I don't really like that style too much. But I did want, especially when I got to the teens' bedrooms, I was thinking a little bit along the lines of Gossip Girl and how they don't really have like a lot of stuff in their bedrooms. It's mostly like, I don't know, almost like showrooms kind of, and they just look kind of styled and expensive and, you know, just that kind of thing. So they don't have a lot of hobby items, for example. There aren't a lot of posters as well or anything like that. I don't know what a typical teen room looks like anyway. I have no idea. I only know from, actually, I never really have posters myself, not really. I only did when I was a kid. But I don't like posters. I feel like the people in the posters are staring at me when I put them on my wall. It's just like, it's fine if they don't look at the camera when the picture is taken, but if they look into the camera lens when the picture is taken, I feel like they're staring at me and I don't like it. Also because I don't know these people, so essentially it's just strangers looking at me while I'm walking around in my room, you know? So I'm not the biggest fan of posters. Haven't really been for a long time because I'm way past my teen years. But I did have a few when I was younger than a teen. And I'm so happy that I did not choose to keep them up for a very long time. If you like posters though, like I've seen a lot of, I follow a new, I don't remember her name unfortunately. She shows up on my homepage all the time, but she does like true crime, or no, she doesn't do true crime now. She does conspiracy. Oh my god, conspiracy. There we go. Conspiracy theories. It's like, what is the word? You have it, but I just don't remember the exact word. She has conspiracy theories right now, and she's done a lot of like, you know, videos on other YouTubers that may have strayed off their path, or if you get what I mean. But yeah, she has like posters and stuff and it looks cute, but I just could never myself when I was a teen. And now I just like blank walls. So that it is what it is. Actually, I want to turn, I think I've said this like 3 times within this week or possibly over the last week or something, but I kind of want to turn my home office into almost like a half home library / home office. I don't know. If I ever decide to do it, like fully do it, I will make sure to film it and it'll go up on my lifestyle channel, which by the way, you can find a link to in the description box down below. I know that I'm a little bit behind on videos, but with all these packs coming out, I literally don't have time, but I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying. I'll get back into it very soon. So there should be like a breather between now and pack release anyway, I think, or will there? I don't, whatever. It's fine. So yeah, I'll get back into that, but I'll definitely be posting an office makeover almost kind of once I have gathered enough money to do a makeover, because I have this picture in my head that I know what I want it to look like. I just gotta take the first step and get started, you know? So yeah, plus makeovers take a lot of money, so you gotta make sure that it's actually what you want and that you won't just change your mind about the whole situation 3 months from now, because yeah, furniture is big decisions. So I stopped being able to speak English. It's fine. So I think we are we finishing, almost finishing the whole backyard? Almost a backyard. Where did that come from? Almost finishing the whole bottom floor before moving on to the 3rd floor where all the bedrooms are. I decided to actually postpone decorating the home office library situation, which is in this bigger empty room that you can kind of sense it in the corner of the screen, but that's where that's going to be, because I figured that would make more, like, the most sense to put it in the basement with all the other common areas, if you will, except from the living room. I don't know how you would... It's fine. I would be confused. 3 floors is too much in an apartment. I feel like a 1-floor apartment is enough. It would be cool with a 2-story, but 3, that's overdoing it for me. I would get lost. So anyway, but yeah, they just get this little pool room down here so they could swim some laps, if you will, and a couple of treadmills as well. There's a TV, because he doesn't want to watch TV when they're swimming or something. I don't know, possibly make like, or play music on the TV or something like that. And then of course, I noticed that it was quite sunny here. There's a lot of sun coming through the windows. So I figured we could kind of make like a fake tan bit over by the windows in the sunshine. So I put down some lounge chairs as well. I'm not actually sure if you take UV damage or that's my way of saying if you tan. By the way, hello, I'm Ginger. But do you actually tan through windows? Because I'm sure that you don't, but I feel like my dad has told me at some point that you don't. But then again, my dad might not actually be right about everything that he says. So I don't know. Do you take UV? I'm saying it again. Do you get tanned or do you take sun damage or however you say that through windows? Because I don't actually know. But they have those lounge chairs over there. I could imagine lying there with a book and just melting in the sun, basically. Yeah. I want to rephrase myself because I don't like how I how I phrased that sentence. But can you take like do UV rays affect your skin through windows? That's how I wanted to say it, I think. But to me, the sun just means sun damage. So that's basically all it is. Like that's literally all it is. And it also means heat, which I'm not a big fan of, but we've been through that already this week, so. This is the parents' bedroom. It's quite simple. They have like, you know, the usual, there's a bed, there's an open closet, there's a modular couch as well, because, you know, a little bit of luxury. But yeah, I decided to turn this whole, I did, as you can see, like I tried with the walk-in closets from Get Together that I definitely feel like I'll be using a lot less now that I have Dream Home Decorator. So I'm just warning you guys, it just makes more sense. I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to have like closed closets, especially in real life, because the more, at least from what my dad told me, which again, he might be wrong about this. I don't know. My dad's not necessarily, he doesn't know everything. But don't tell him I said that. Anyway, actually he might be watching this video. Dad, you're a very smart man if you're watching this video. But I've heard, I think my mom has also said this, that the more fabric you have out in the open or something like that, probably phrased in a different way, you know. Also, it was said in Danish, so of course it's phrased in a different way. But the more fabric you have out in the open, the more dust accumulates. So, and also it would be super annoying to clean open closets as well. I had a discussion with my friends about this yesterday, actually, because one of them is having a house built for her and her partner. So we were kind of talking about like dream closets and stuff because mine is obviously a walk-in wardrobe, but hers, like she would love that, but also it would take a lot of space, but also it's a lot of dust accumulating on a lot of different shelves and you have to clean everything all the time. Like when you don't have sliding doors in front of the closets. So, but that doesn't happen in The Sims unless you have dust turned on, but then it's still only on the floor. So we're good. We can do open closets in The Sims without any issues, without any dust issues or whatever. It's all good. I actually have it turned off because I hate how the floor is like shimmery when it's all clean. So I've had it turned off since I got the kit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But there's also no, I mean, there's the vacuum cleaners. I keep forgetting they exist, so I don't think I've actually included them in any bills since I got the kit. I don't know. Anyway, but I think it's fine as well, because I suspect that not a whole lot of you got the kit anyway. I could be wrong, but you're all builders, right? I think? Or at least the majority of you are, so it's a gameplay kit. I suspect that if you got any of them, you probably got the country kitchen kit. Why is that? Why do they make it like that? Country kitchen kit. That sounds so annoying. Anyway, so yeah, no dust in this house, no dust in this apartment. It's all good. Unless you decide to turn on the dust. Go you. Feel free to do that if you want to, but I always have it turned off because of the shimmery effect on the floor. I just don't like it. It's super annoying when you speed up footage, so basically it's for, I turned it off for you guys. Yeah, because I know you'd be annoyed with it. Or at least I suspected that a lot of you would, so. But yeah, we have finished the child's bedroom, and I think this bathroom is actually on the second floor. I hadn't done any of the bathrooms up until now, simply because I'm not the biggest fan of bathrooms, to be honest. As you guys probably know if you've been on the channel, if you've hung around for a while, you would know that I just don't like bathrooms. Oh, I forgot to do the terrace until I was taking pictures, and I went out there and I realized that nothing was on it. So there's no footage of the terrace, but there is a decorated terrace. There's just like a lounge area out there. You can see it in the screenshots at the end of the video if you want. It's very simple, just a couple of wicker chairs and couches and stuff, and there's a couple of plants out there. I used one of the newer plants from the Courtyard Oasis kit, actually the big Musa banana, because it looks so, at least I think it's the Musa banana. I could be wrong, maybe it's the Bird of Paradise. Wait, hold on. I gotta see what does it look like? It's definitely a Musa banana. The plant that came, the big plant that came with Movie Hangout stuff pack, that one is a Bird of Paradise. I do not know I know the Latin name for it. I just keep forgetting because it's very confusing. Anyway, it's a weird name. So yeah, but the banana plant is super cute. I love it. It's actually the one I just tried to put in the corner there, but I had to remove it because when you size it down, it adds this little shadow on it. I don't know if it's my reshade. It might be, but I suspect that it's not, because some of the items, like some of the plants still, if you place them indoors instead of outdoors, they get this weird shadow around them that they're not supposed to have. And the same counts for the Musa banana, so I ended up not using it in this bedroom, but I felt like, I don't know, the sim that lives in this bedroom is very into photography. That's why later on I went back and gave them a lot of cameras, and I also hung up some photographs behind the clothing stand thing that I forgot what it's called right now, the clothing rack, there you go. And I just kind of figured that they would have this like one big plant that they are taking care of. Like that's their pride and joy along with photography. This big plant over in the corner is their pride and joy. So yeah, but unfortunately it could not be as big as I wanted it to. So they ended up getting the palm instead. I think it's a palm, I'm not really sure, but yeah, the one over in the corner. It's fine. I don't actually think they're into photography in the way that it's something they want to pursue for, like, as a job when they grow older. I think it's just something that they really enjoy. They hang around their friends and stuff, and they're the friend that always has a camera on them. I used to be that kid in school. Like in high school, I always brought my camera. Just episode 200 of Rosa making herself sound ancient, but back then we did not have good cameras on our phones. That's definitely something that's a little bit newer, I feel. Like phone cameras are so good nowadays. They are on par with like cheaper digital cameras. So back then it was not like that. So I always brought my DSLR along with me when we were going to like parties, and because there were parties at the school. In Denmark you can drink from the age of 16, I think. So everyone at school was older than 16. It was like a school for 16 to 19-year-olds. So once a month, I think, there was, or was it once every other month or something, the school basically held a party with everything included. I'm just saying. So I always brought my DSLR with me and would take pictures, make memories with my friends and stuff. I was that kid, but I definitely I feel like the teen in the other room, they're that kid too, you know? So I felt like it would be fitting if they had like a little light robe or fairy lights or whatever with photographs pinned onto it as well. You know, the one from Kids Room Stuff Pack. It's super cute, although it's mainly kids' pictures on them, but let's just ignore that. It's supposed to be pictures of the teen and their friends. And then in here we have a music, or a movie nerd is what I wanted to say. They also have a guitar, but I definitely feel like they're more into movies. I also think they're a little bit of a nerd, to be honest, which is not a bad thing. Nerd, when I say nerd, I don't mean it in a bad way whatsoever. Nerd and geek are good words in my vocabulary. I just want to point that out. I consider myself a major geek, so I would be insulting myself if I thought it was a bad word, which makes no sense, right? I mean, self-deprecating humor, kind of funny now and then, but anyway. But yeah, I just feel like nerd and geek is basically just being very into something, like being very passionate about something. You can be a geek when it comes to, or a nerd. They're kind of different from each other, but let's just pretend for a second that they're not. That first teen was probably a nerd when it came to photography, and the other one is more like a movie nerd. So yeah, isn't geek more like you're into computer games and maybe manga or anime or I don't know, that sort of thing, right? Like Big Bang Theory, basically, whereas nerd is more like a specific, like a subject that you're really into. I don't know. Let me know what you consider a nerd and a geek because I'm kind of curious, so let me know. Like, for example, I've never heard anybody say book geek, but book nerd is definitely a thing, right? So yeah, let me know. I think this is the last one of the rooms that we're doing. It is the home office / home library, but mainly office, I feel. I don't think any of the parents necessarily do a lot of homework. That's another thing. A lot of work from home anyway. Maybe not homework either. I don't really know. But I do feel like it would make sense for them to have a home office, basically, because they're fancy people, you know. They need, like, somewhere to put their documents and stuff, their important things, right? So they have this little room down here next to the pool. Hopefully it's smell and, what's it called, soundproof. Because you know how pools just kind of smell like chlorine, is that what it's called? I don't know if that's, I think that's what it's called. It's what it's called in Danish at least, but yeah. I was a swimmer when I was younger, so I can always remember that smell very vividly. And I would not want a home office next to that smelled like that all the time, because just no thank you. But yeah, let's just hope that this apartment has some very thick walls and that they'll be all good. But this is basically it. That is the whole apartment, I think, except from the patio, terrace, whatever you want to call that. But you can see that in the screenshots that are coming up very, very soon. So I'm gonna wrap up this voiceover now. If you guys like this apartment, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the tray files will be on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box down below, plus in the pinned comment. If you like Roblox videos, check out my Roblox channel, and if you like lifestyle videos, check out my lifestyle channel. Both will also be linked to in the description box and also in the pinned comment. And that is all I got for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one.
Trying hard to find a place where I belong. Never no run. Lived an empty life, but had to carry on. I guess I really was giving up on love, and I tried to block those feelings off. Said I do in a millisecond, then it all came back when I thought that everything was lost. On a cold November night, when I met my Mrs. Right, made my feelings come to life again. When I thought I didn't care, I just saw her standing near, made my feelings come to life again. Now I wake up every morning next to her. I gotta pinch myself to prove that she's my girl. Now there's no place I'd rather be here in this world, 'cause I have no doubt, and I know she is the one. I guess I really was giving up on love, and I tried to block those feelings off. Did I do in a millisecond, then it all came back when I thought that everything was lost. On a cold